Welcome, FNUSA57 here. Once again, I'm back on my Xbox One on Gears 5, and today I am bringing you a special achievement guide. We will be covering 3 of the brand new achievements just made available on November 9th, or 10th, depending on what time zone you're in, 2020. This is part of the campaign update for Gears 5. And they are actually incredibly easy. So obviously they were just released, which means they're all rare achievements. And most of them are only worth 5 gamer score apiece. But hey, at least we finally have some new achievements that aren't completely insane. Without further ado, this video will show you how to get not 1, not 2, but 3 of the new achievements. The first being the Batista Bomb achievement, where you must complete all chapters in 1 act while Batista as Marcus is enabled. The second achievement, just showing it off, is kill 10 enemies using a weapon with a custom skin on it. Again, super easy, only 5 gamer score though. And the third achievement is showing a little skin. Complete a chapter of the campaign while using a custom skin. Also 5 gamer score. So, assuming that, like me, you've been playing this game for a little while, then you'll be excited to know that this update is really cool. And I'm just going to touch on that because this is the campaign update. So there's some neat things. I'm not going to spoil it all for you in case you guys have not beaten the campaign yet, which if you haven't, pause the video now because I will be doing the final mission in the game. Anyways, that's your disclaimer. So you're going to need a couple things for this. You're going to need a custom weapon skin and a custom character skin. Most of those are very easy to get. If you're brand new to the game and you don't have any custom skins, you can simply go to the store and go to featured, or you can go to character skins / weapon skins, and any custom skin will work. Doesn't matter. You can buy them with Gears coins or iron, plus you probably will have some custom skins. At that point, go ahead and go into Customize, and you're going to want to equip custom skins for the main storyline characters. Now, you can equip custom skins for all of the characters if you wish, but you're going to want to at least put custom skins on characters like Kate, Dell, JD, at least those characters. You could do the rest of the characters like Baird, Cole, Marcus, and Jack, but it's completely up to you. At least the main characters that you'll use, you want to have a custom skin on. Then make sure that the main weapons in the game you have custom skins on as well. I highly recommend using a custom skin on all of your weapons, but if you only have a couple, make sure you have one on the Lancer, Gnasher, Snub, or Lancer GL. You could also use a Hammerburst. It doesn't really matter, but you'll notice that I use the Arid Gale custom skin set, which is a rare skin set to find because it was for having a top 1% time on the weekly escape maps back in Operation 2. I keep getting asked on like every single one of my videos about how to get this skin and what it's called. There's also some really rare skins out there from the esports series, like the Desperado skins, or the Wyvern skins, and some rarer skins that you can simply buy, like the museum skins. But any skin will work, even the custom skins from pre-order or the Rockstar custom skins will work. As long as it is not a default skin, you're good. Make sure you have those equipped and the character skin equipped before you go ahead and go for these 3 achievements. I should mention they can be combined with the Iron Man achievement, and they can be combined with the new difficulty Inconceivable, but we don't have to do those right now. What we want to do is something very simple. We're going to go to Campaign, we're going to go to the third option to the right called New Game Plus, assuming that you've actually completed at least one of the chapters. If you haven't, completed any of the campaign, then you'll have to go under a new campaign and then switch the options once you beat the first chapter. You'll see you'll have your normal save slot. So I have my very first solo save, I have my insane playthrough, and I had my collectible playthrough. But we're going to go and select a new save slot. So for the purposes of this, we're going to use save slot 4. And it'll take a second to create the lobby, at which point we can go ahead and pick through the mission that we're going to do. And we have, most importantly, this new game plus settings. So we're going to go and we're going to keep Iron Man off for the purposes of this. We're going to do customization for the Batista Bomb. We want Marcus as Batista Override. So we're going to turn that on, and that will give us what we need for the Batista Bomb. Then we are going to do all weapons use multiplayer skins on. All active squad members use multiplayer skins on. As far as the mutators, it honestly doesn't matter. You can turn them on, you can turn them off. It's up to you. They do not void achievement progression at this time. Carry over Jack progression. If you've played the campaign, this will make your life a hell of a lot easier, so go ahead and toggle that on. And then I recommend doing this in a private lobby, so just keep not visible in lobby browser. You'll notice that this will change up the characters, and JD here currently has the gilded skin on. That's a Road to Gears 5 skin though, so you may not have that one. And of course the weapons that are being used are the Arid Gale skin. Now to make this easy, it does not work in Act 1 Chapter 2. So what we want to do is we want to complete, there's a little bit of a cheese. I should mention that before we go too much farther. And this is for the Batista Bomb. The achievement reads complete all chapters in one act, which means that you would have to complete, say, Act 1. It has a total of 4 chapters. That could take a little while. But currently, whether it was intended this way or not, there's a bit of a cheese, and it works, I would say, 90% of the time. So if you don't get it to work, you might have to try again or simply quit the game and reload the game, because achievements in Gears 5 can be a little buggy. But you're going to play the last chapter of an act. And it's been confirmed by multiple people that this works, but some people have also had difficulty with it. So it really just depends on what you want to do. You can go through any of the final chapters, it doesn't matter, but most of the final chapters are more difficult than normal. So you just have to keep in mind that. I would either recommend that you do Act 4, Chapter 2, which is the very final mission, or you do Act 1, Chapter 4. The reason why I am going to do Act 4, Chapter 2 is because in the event that it does not unlock for me, or it gets patched, I only have 2 chapters in Act 4, as opposed to having at least 4 chapters in the rest of the game, plus no open world content. So we're going to go ahead and load up Act 4, Chapter 2. The difficulty does not matter. Now, we can switch this up. We can play as Del. We can't play as Kate. We can't play as Jack because we're playing by ourselves right now. And you'll notice that the settings remain the same here. Carryover progression, all of that. Just make sure that Marcus as Batista is on. And then we are going to go ahead and start the game. Now, I don't know for 100% certainty if finishing this chapter will work, because the achievements are so new that there's a lot of contradicting information and people have had contradicting results. If in the event this does not work for you, then they've probably patched it, and I would recommend playing a mission where you can actually play as JD instead of playing as Kate. But we're going to go ahead and try this. Difficulty doesn't matter. You can put it down on beginner just so that you run through it as fast as possible, or you could give yourself a headache and put it on inconceivable. It does not matter in the slightest. So we're going to do it on beginner. go ahead and start this up. And this is a relatively short mission. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, if you do not want any spoilers in the game, pause the video and come back to it once you've already completed it, or use the information that I provided you and simply do a earlier act and the chapters within that act. Maybe one that you've already completed. But dealer's choice on this. I just want to get the achievements out of the way. Alright, so here we are at the beginning of Act 4, Chapter 2. You'll notice Kate has the winter armor skin on, and JD here has my gilded skin on. Jack has the whole Noble Team Halo skin. And I did skip the cutscene and the interim scene simply to try my best to avoid possible spoilers. And we're just going to go through this relatively as quick as possible. It's pretty much a linear mission, so you should be able to get through it without too much difficulty. Now, for anyone that has played through this already, you know how Gears 5 does have technically 2 endings. Just keep that in mind. Also, since I turned on the carryover Jack progression, you'll notice if I pause the game, it says that I have all the components found, and of course that there's no collectibles here. Plus, I can go in and modify Jack's abilities. You'll notice that I basically have all of the abilities upgraded. There's a couple that I don't have, like the passives aren't fully upgraded. But that's just because they weren't fully upgraded from the previous save. So like I didn't have my zapper fully upgraded. But I can go through here and make sure that's fully upgraded. And now everything is fully upgraded. So plus I have all of the ultimates unlocked. And that just makes life so much easier. It's not even funny how much easier this becomes. And we'll just do the upgrades as well for this, since we have all the components. We've got the flash freeze, and then the take more damage. You could also use stim, it doesn't matter, dealer's choice on that one. But that's what makes it so much nicer. If you've already beaten the game and you have those collectibles for Jack, you can now carry them over into another playthrough or another save. And that just makes the achievement list on this game phenomenally easy. You could also use that to your advantage for your insane playthrough. I will mention that the custom skin kill 10 enemies achievement, you should go ahead and do that with the same weapon, or at least I would recommend that you do that with the same weapon, not just, kill with 2 with this gun, 8 with that gun. It should work regardless, as long as all the kills are made with a weapon with a custom skin on, but it's better if you do it with the same weapon, just to be safe. So we'll want to have the opportunity here. We can pick up a Lancer, we can pick up a Gnasher. Now, if you're a fiend like me about it, it just bugs the hell out of me to have the weapons in different slots like that. So we'll pick up the Lancer, and we're also going to take the GL for the ending part, just because it makes it easier. We don't have any modifiers on or anything like that. And of course, heavy weapons, well, heavy weapons can't actually have any kind of skin equipped to it. So just bear that in mind. We don't have the ability to equip a custom skin. We do have that damage upgrade. And now we're going to go ahead and use Jack's freeze ability, and we're gonna just keep blasting through these enemies. They are relatively easy because this is on low difficulty. Of course, you can order Jack to bring you more ammo, and we're just gonna get 10 kills. Now you do need to make sure that you get the kill and not an AI, If you'll notice, there we go. We just got an achievement called Just Showing It Off. Killed 10 enemies using a weapon with a custom skin. Like I said, it's a little bit buggy. It might unlock early for you. It might also take more than 10 kills to unlock it. While most of my kills were done with the buzz kill there, they still ended up counting. Just keep in mind, it might not actually count for you. So I would recommend using the gun that you actually have the skin on. There we go. That's one achievement down. Now we just need to get the one for the custom character skin and the Batista Bomb skin. So we're just going to keep playing through here. You can grab some grenades, grab some ammo. You know how this Gears game is. This Gears game is one of those where ammo is more scarce. If you're missing collectibles or whatnot, you can grab those as well. You could also put the modifiers on to make ammo basically something that you don't have to worry about. But we're not going to do that. And we're just going to run through this. It doesn't really matter how quickly you go through it or how slowly you go through it. Don't forget, if you do have your Jack upgrades, especially the ultimate for Pulse, that gives you that really nice double damage ability if you pulse targets. And you can just make your life so easy. Obviously, we're on beginner difficulty right now, so that's not really necessary. But the whole point is simply to get these achievements done as fast as possible. They would be faster if I put the other mutators on, but I just didn't want to add anything else that could potentially cause it to glitch and make me have to replay. So just run through this as fast as possible. It doesn't matter. We're not getting points here for style. Keep using your pulse ability if you're being pinned down. Don't forget we have that Lancer GL at our disposal. And anything that's pulsed is going to take double damage. The ending part of this is pretty easy to do, especially because we picked up the GL. It's a little trick that helps out quite a bit. Obviously, we have this Bastion here. This Bastion is a bit of a pain, but we can use Jack's Flash and Freeze ability. A Bastion cannot shield a target while it is frozen for some reason. I don't know exactly why that is, but that's a thing. You can also use Jack's Stim ability if you have that unlocked to give you the invulnerability, and you could use invisibility if you wanted to use that. Doesn't matter either way, dealer's choice. We have to go ahead and clear out all these enemies. It is possible for enemies to glitch, which is what I do believe we just had happen. So see, we have our funny looking Marcus. And I think, yes, we did actually just have an enemy glitch. Yep, we did. We had a Elite Claw glitch here, which is possible. We can try and kill him with Jack's ability and possibly a grenade, but if you run into this, your best option might be simply to reload checkpoint. So if you can get the grenade throw right and hit the glitched enemy, great. But chances are you are not going to actually be able to kill that particular enemy. And even using the GL, you probably won't be able to kill him. Which, if that happens, you want to reload current checkpoint. It's annoying. You're going to lose some progress. But, like I said, this game it's glitchy. There isn't exactly a rhyme or reason as to what causes it to glitch and an enemy to get stuck. So I can't really tell you exactly how to avoid that. I would recommend just staying back and engaging from a distance. Don't annihilate everything too quickly, and you should be alright. But then again, it's Gears. So we're just going to wait for those enemies to actually come over here. And I won't be using the GL this time. Just on the off chance that that potentially caused a bit of a problem. It shouldn't have, but anything's possible with this game. So we'll play how the game was pretty much intended and actually just, fight our way through this. If you do get hit by one of those grenades, they hurt even under the best of times. But we can just simply use Jack's flash ability since we have that carryover progress. You would probably have that ability upgrade by the time you got to this point anyways. Going to do the same thing here. We're actually not going to use Jack's freeze ability. We don't want to do anything that could potentially cause the game to glitch. Which, hell, playing it could potentially cause the game to glitch, so just keep that in mind. We can feel free to use Pulse. That'll give us an idea. There's no enemy targets. So a drone did not glitch out this time, which is fantastic. Take that down, and then we can engage the stump. You can grab an active. We can have Jack freeze that stump and just kill it. Easy peasy. At this point, just restock any ammo that you may or may not need to. And we've got that really funky looking Batista Marcus, man. Alright, so once again, like I said, we're skipping cutscenes. I don't want to reveal too much and spoil it too much for anyone who hasn't played. We also have a infinite ammo box right here while we're on the back of this truck. So this is another good opportunity. If your shots are decent, you can go ahead and easily get some extra damage and extra kills. Or you can simply hide. It doesn't matter. This part's fairly important. Just kill the poppers. Again, we have that infinite use ammo box, so it's not that big of a deal. Eventually, you'll get another scripted cutscene. And then you'll end up kicked out of the truck. And we're just going to go through this. Now, if you have somebody that can help you out, and you want them to play as Jack, it does make it easier to have a player controlling Jack, because then you can be very offensive with him. And of course, as you see, this double damage pulse ability just wrecks house, which we're going to need that. We'll use that to our advantage here in a moment. Of course, we're going to have some more poppers. Got to be careful that we don't get killed by the snipers here. Jack will stay relatively close to you and kind of try to protect you from juvies that may run up on you. And then, of course, there will be hunters and snipers up there. Obviously, depending on the difficulty that you're playing on, that's going to determine the approach that you take. But since we're playing on low difficulty and just want to get through this, we'll simply run up here and just gun them down. If you're not sure where a target is, feel free to use that pulse ability. And that'll also mark all these different weapon pickups and whatnot for you. I do recommend that, especially if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you go ahead and leave that enemy downed right there. And then it'll die. You'll get a checkpoint. We're going to grab ourselves a reload. And then we are going to pulse and freeze. Worry about that guy first. I jammed the Lancer GL, so that's why I didn't fire another GL round. And of course, don't get too close to the carrier, because the carrier can insta-kill you. Once the carrier's down, then you can focus fire on the flock. The flock is relatively easy. He can be a problem because of all the leeches, so if Jack goes down, make sure that you revive him. You can also freeze him with Jack. Problem solved. If you need to grab additional ammo, grab additional ammo. There's also a explosive ammo box over here, and there's torque bow and stuff, but that really honestly doesn't matter, especially on this difficulty. So we got 2 grenades, we got our GL rounds. We're just going to get out of the area. For higher difficulty playthroughs, that's where you are more concerned about grabbing the extra ammo. We'll have another flock that's following us. This is all scripted. We're back on the truck with our infinite ammo box. So you can just keep the GL out. You'll have all these poppers raining down on you. Don't really worry about them. Once you get to about half your ammo capacity, it is a generally good idea to hit that infinite use ammo box. Obviously, on higher difficulties and inconceivable, you'll need to take cover. Here, it doesn't matter too much. We're at this outpost now. So make sure you use that infinite ammo box before you get off the truck. And then the biggest thing is we need to just help out here. Remember, you can cool the Trika just like you cool a heavy weapon. And then eventually we'll get the scripted cutscene. And we'll have another scripted fight back on the truck. Just look at Jack up there, just chilling. You can shoot down those little cankers. It makes it a little bit easier. It's a necessity on higher difficulty, but on low difficulty it doesn't matter. Also, you can get rid of the bastions that will chase you. That helps out a little bit. And you'll get to this point where once again you have to get out. Before you get out, hit that ammo box. For the most part, we're going to be using our Lancer. We have another opportunity to pick up a Lancer GL. I would recommend you take cover. Use your pulse ability. Watch out for drop shots, especially on higher difficulty. Do be careful though, if you're in cover, those juvies can actually just jump over to cover and knock you out of it. Especially on higher difficulty, they'll kill you in a single hit, or at least down you. Eventually, you're going to get these sentinels or guardians. They'll come in and help out. You can still use Jack's pulse ability. That affects the damage that targets receive. It doesn't matter what the source is. And then those fire bombs are going to come in and help you out. At which point you're going to be prompted to go ahead and climb up this ladder. And we're going into the final boss fight. Last warning, if you haven't done this, then feel free to pause the video if you don't want any spoilers. I've warned you 3 times about spoilers in the course of this video, so we should be all good. So, simply what we're going to do is get on one of these turrets and take out the flocks. You don't have to use the turret, but it's best, in my opinion, to do so. We don't have a health bar indicator, and there is a slight delay on when you pull the trigger to when the turret starts firing. That didn't used to be a thing. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or why it is, but there's about a half-second delay from when you start pulling the trigger to when the turret actually fires. That may just be my controller, but that is something that I've noticed with this most recent update. Now Mr. Ugly himself is going to show up. Like I said, literally Mr. Ugly. We're going to switch to the Lancer GL. We're going to retreat. And the reason why we picked up the Lancer GL is for this part here. So I'm going to pause the game and just mention that this is a cheese method that works on all difficulties. For this particular boss fight, if you want to do it any other way, that's entirely up to you. So we have the Lancer GL, and we have a infinite ammo stockpile right here. Infinite use. And all we're going to do is we're just going to keep lobbing Lancer GL rounds. And then we're going to pick up some more Lancer GL rounds. And we're just going to keep rinsing and repeating this process. We're not actually doing damage right now. All we are doing is pissing this thing off. And we're killing the tentacles. It's little mouth tentacles that show up. Eventually you will get flocks that show up. It's best to ignore the flocks. And then we're going to get on the railgun. Move the railgun over till the crosshairs are red. It is a bit slippery, and we want to make sure that we actually do hit our shots. We're going to have to do this a couple times. And then we're going to get sucked back towards it. Don't worry, he's just going to suck in the AI soldiers. So as long as you're decent, you shouldn't have a problem killing those little, like, pustule tonsils of his. And then the little, like, graboid looking tongue things, we're going to go ahead and just keep unloading the GL rounds into. This is one of the most effective methods of killing those little tongues. Just keep lobbing those GL rounds right in its mouth. And then you'll be prompted to get back on that railgun, and you won't be able to because you'll be getting sucked back in. So go through the tonsil part, get on the railgun, turn it towards the boss, Mr. Ugly, and when the red X pops up, pull the trigger. For having a railgun, we're not exactly the best shot ever. Once again, it's going to try and suck us in, forcing us back. We have to focus fire on the tonsils. at which point we're just going to keep backing up. We no longer can safely get to that railgun. We've done the part that we needed to with it. So the rest of this is just scripted. Stay back. It doesn't really matter too much. Yep, this is all scripted. You're going to notice there's the achievement for showing a little skin. Completed a chapter of the campaign while using a custom skin. Sometimes when multiple achievements pop at the same time, then you won't actually get all of them showing up. So you'll notice that we are 50% on complete all chapters in one act while Batista as Marcus is enabled. And we're going to resume. Once this scripted cutscene ends, your Batista Bomb achievement, if the cheese is still working at the time, should unlock. If the cheese is not working and it has been fixed, then you will have to play the rest of the chapters that you're missing. Once again, that is why I chose to do Act 4, simply due to the fact that it's the shortest. Now, the beacon sequence in Act 4 can take you a little bit longer, but like I said, I wanted to get this up while that cheese was still available. However, there was a hot fix today with this update, so it's entirely possible that that cheese has already been fixed. Gears is kind of weird. The Coalition is kind of weird. Some of the cheeses and glitches and stuff, they fix really, really quickly. Other cheeses have been around since, like, Gears 3 and still haven't been fixed. So, it's just one of those things. You'll notice even in the cutscenes, the new character models and skins, like Marcus now has the Batista skin. JD's got that collector's gilded skin on. So, yeah. You'll notice you've got all those skins. Any custom versus skins that you are using will be shown even in the cutscene, which is pretty damn cool, if you ask me. We can skip the cutscene, and then, of course, since that was the final mission, we'll be redirected back to the main menu. At which point, we should give it about 5 seconds or so, see if the achievement unlocks. If it does not unlock for you, then restart the game, and if it still is not unlocked, complete the chapter via chapter select that you were missing. So bear with me for a moment. I think that this cheese actually has been fixed. So rip, no cheddar for us. In which case, it still won't take that long to complete the remaining chapter. Alright, so we reloaded the game, and unfortunately the achievement is still at 50% for Batista Bomb, meaning that today's hotfix did in fact patch that cheese of completing just the final chapter. Which means we have to go back via chapter select, and we are going to go to the save slot 4, and we're just going to, or we can go to New Game Plus, it doesn't matter. We'll overwrite save slot 4 to create a lobby. We're going to keep the settings exactly the same as they were, and we're simply just going to go down to home front, settings, make sure the Batista mode is on. It doesn't matter on custom skins or not, and then we're going to go through it. So the only other thing, jack progression on, mutators is personal preference, customization is Marcus as Batista override. And because the cheese is fixed, well, we have to actually go through the Act 4 home front. So I'm going to just play through that. I did put it on intermediate difficulty instead of beginner, but that honestly doesn't matter. If you want to make it easier on yourself, you put it on beginner. In any case, that's how you unlock it. I will leave a card as well as it'll be noted in the description, and I'll put a pinned comment so that everybody knows the cheese has been fixed and you have to do the full number of chapters as the achievement is written. Unfortunately, you just don't know unless you test things out. And I like to show the achievements unlocking, so yeah. I do really hope that the video helped out. I'm going to go ahead and say this now as I play through this. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button as well as share it with your friends. This greatly helps me out with the searchability of videos here on YouTube. Also, if you want, subscribe for more content. That helps me out as well. My goal is eventually to reach my first play button, so that would be super cool if you can help me out with it. But it's all good either way. Now I'm going to play through this mission. I won't be commentating as we go through this mission, simply due to the fact that most of you probably have seen this already, and it would simply be boring. But I will mention once I've finished the mission. So we're gonna go through as quick as we can. This is a relatively short mission, so you won't have too much to worry about. Most of it's pretty linear and fairly scripted as well. There's also a decent amount of ammunition available to you, so you shouldn't really have to worry about that.
Just in time, Delta. God damn it! We got a swarm back! Yeah, plant the beacon. Let's use the hammer. Negative, negative. Delay that order. You gotta place it in the building across the yard. Are you shitting me? Why? We gotta maximize our coverage. That's why. Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, Bear. We'll get it done.
Hey, Lima! Keep that thing busy while we get behind it!
With back! You heard it here first. The cold train beacon is deployed. That's two. Nice work, old pal. Diverting the satellite your way. We'll bring that starfire, baby! Yeah! swarm coming in from the... Ah, shit! Reinforcement grunts coming in! Swarmax going down! Frag out!
That's it. Academy's clear.
Dad, the Grubs took down our Raven. We have wounded the KIA. We need help now. Oh shit. Copy that, Paddock. Delta, Paddock needs backup from the dome.
We heard. We're on our way.
The smoke's where Paddock went down. About time! Now help me clear out these Garayaski!
Drag out! I need some help!
On my way! Have enough yet? Come on! Come on! Get down here! More are on the way! You want the red meat?
Fire on that drone!
You are weak! Alright, they're down. Time to regroup.
Paddock, is your beacon okay?
Yes, but this isn't over. Get ready! More are coming!
You heard him. Let's get set up.
Hunters! Watch their football! Ah, shit, guys! Fast open up! We gotta close them! Get over here! I'm coming for you! Roll, left side! Get to you!
Put that pulse.
Ah, shit, another nest! Watch the right flank!
Jack flash! Jack pulse!
Fire! On the right! Friendly fire!
Oh, shit. We got a warning. And a basket.
Jack pulse!
Bastion destroyed! It's overheated!
Dead!
That's it! They have been dominated!
All right, we're done here. Paddock, you good?
Yeah, I've had worse days. Our beacon's called it the rain friend. Maybe you toast them.
go do that, and I'll guard the front. Oh, and if I die, it wasn't terrible working with you.
Likewise, Batty. Let's go, Delta. Don't you have to take control?
Yes and no. The beacons need to sync up. Just defend that area.
Gotcha! Thanks for the assist, Jack. Oh, yeah!
Pouncers! Holy shit, the fire pouncers! That just means more buffs to burn! I got him! Frag out!
Nice work, Jack. Jack, shot trap.
Got him! Dodger on the roof! Hit it!
Delta, this is Sierra. How are you not holding up?
Actually, boss, we're a little busy right now.
Look, I'm rounding people up in case we've got to fall back to the wall.
All that matters is keeping these things away from the city.
Agreed. But let me know if you need me, alright?
We'll go. Thanks. Gotcha! And that's the last one. Baird, we're all clear here. Are the beacons synced?
Building?
Now you will notice that I'm at the same point where I was in the beginning of the video, and that was a bit due to my mistake and this achievement being very buggy. We should have unlocked the achievement after completing that mission that I just did, Act 4, Chapter 1. However, we did not because that was on a new save slot, so it overwrote the current checkpoint, meaning that we have to complete the chapters in order. Since the cheese is not working, we have to complete all the chapters in order in the same save slot. I will put that in a comment so that hopefully nobody makes the same mistake that I did. And yeah, but I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward until we're at the end and the achievement unlocks, because you guys already know how to do this mission and you've seen me do the Act 4 Chapter 1 mission, so you know how to do all of the missions. Sorry for the confusion. I wish this game wasn't quite as buggy as it is, but yeah, sadly it is. Alright guys, there we are. So like I mentioned, this achievement and this game is a little bit on the buggy side. We have the Batista Bomb achievement finally unlocking. What I ended up having to do, because the cheese method, at least for me, was fixed, is I had to go through on the same save in order. So I did Act 4, Chapter 1, then continued through Chapter 2 on the same save with the Batista settings on, and the Batista override setting, and then I had to quit the game and reload the game in order to finally get the Batista Bomb achievement to actually pop, which is what you've seen there. I do apologize in advance because that cheese isn't working, at least for me, and I was told that it was working, but I do have a couple of friends that use that cheese to unlock the achievement, so I can't tell you if it's patched for certainty, or if I just had incredibly bad luck, or if the achievement was just delayed in unlocking. But I do wish you the absolute best of luck in getting these achievements. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.